Hello friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. Let's start our video with a story in which our OP confronted the annoying scouts. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Rise and shine, scouts! I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of what we call horse property. Most houses were built on big 3 or 4 acre lots, and our neighbors had a bunch of pistachio trees. One night, they decided to have a campfire night for their kid and all of his Boy Scout friends. I can appreciate that. What I can't appreciate is that I had to wake up early to feed our animals, and the kids are up till 2 in the morning, screaming and making an ungodly amount of noise. At one point, troop leader pulls out bagpipes. Bagpipes in Arizona! Well, I wake up at 5:30 and feed the animals. Once 7 a.m. hits, I take my 150-watt guitar amplifier and my Avenged Sevenfold playlist and have the loudest, most righteous morning jam session of my life. Once I knew every scout was awake, I went back inside. And our next story. Schrodinger's pettiness. In December of 2015, I put in a work order to request a coat hanger to be placed in our handicapped bathroom. My boss approves it. It gets denied by our building's manager for reasons known only to him. In December of 2016, I submit another work order for the coat hanger. It's again denied. All other stalls on our site have one except the one in our building. In December of 2017, I resubmit another work order for the coat hanger. This time, it's not denied. It just magically disappears into the void. I have a certified copy, however. In December of 2018, I resubmit one more time. Building manager actually logs in the quote, "Hang your coat in your office before you go to the bathroom." Very soon after, I find our exact coat hanger in my own storage area, shiny and new. This time, my boss finds it funny. Me being handy gives me permission to install it on my own. Boss, F him. It's been 4 years. Go for it. I then go to our building supervisor. He's on my side, but his hands are tied as him installing this would be direct insubordination, and ask him some hypothetical questions. Me. Hey, BS, you know what this is? BS. Yep, and I know what you want to do with it too. Me. Excellent. If one were to hang this on concrete, where would one find those plastic screw inserts? BS. If I were hanging that, I'd use one similar to those blue ones on the table right there. Me. Cool. And hypothetically, what are the ADA requirements for a coat rack in, say, a men's bathroom? BS. Well, I'd make sure it's between 48 and 60 inches off the ground with 30 inches of clearance. Me. Sweet, thanks. It's Friday, most people are gone, and I go and hang the coat hook at 54 inches, since after I looked it up online, the regulations for a side approach are 54 inches, and it hit nicely in the center of the block. Now, before I hang this up, I add a little flare to the back of the stainless steel in Sharpie as a surprise for the guy who eventually tears this building down. I wrote my name, listed all the work order dates, and a finally complete after 4 years. I also added a Deathly Hallows symbol in the corner. It lasted 1 week before building manager sees it and takes it down. I know this because my boss calls me into the office later, chuckling to himself. He says, "So crybaby building manager took down your coat hook, saw what you wrote, and went straight up to the VP. VP called me in on an unrelated matter, and I saw the hook sitting on her desk. I asked why she had it. She said we'd get to that. After we talked about other things, she handed it to me. I read what you wrote and laughed really hard. She asked me if the dates were correct. I said yes, they were. She asked why it wasn't hung up 4 years ago. I stated I didn't have any idea. She went quiet for a moment, then asked what the symbol was, the Deathly Hallows, and I told her. Oddly enough, the symbol was what she was most worried about. She sighed and asked how long crap like this had been going on. My boss replied that this is only one example of BM's pettiness. There are hundreds of examples all over our property. He just gets in the way because he has a modicum of power. Building manager claimed he took it down because it was too high for ADA, but our OSHA guy confirmed independently that I was correct. So now I'm just waiting for him to put it back up. And our last story. You want half? Okay. Over 10 years ago, I started dating my ex. I didn't know this then, but she's an entitled Karen. Cast. Me, obviously. Karen, entitled devil. We met when I was 20 through my brother's friend. We're both the same age, both from dysfunctional families. I was a seasonal worker, working a variety of seasonal jobs like picking fruit and packing sheds. Hard work but good pay. Work available 45 weeks of the year. She was between jobs. We met, started dating, and things were going well. After a year, we got a flat together. 6 months later, she begrudgingly landed a job but quit 1 month in when we found out she was 2 weeks pregnant. At this point, we got a mortgage, and I was working as an apprentice chef, working shifts on apprenticeship wages 6 days a week, leaving for work between 7 and 9 a.m., getting home between 9 and 11 p.m., depending on how busy we were. I won't lie, it was tough. Our daughter was born. I was told she became pregnant to trap me, but I dismissed it. This is where things changed. I was working 40 to 60 hours a week, coming home to an angry girlfriend, a trashed house. Just to clarify, I don't believe in traditional gender roles. It's not a man's place to work or a woman's place to clean. I believe in a partnership where both parties pull their weight. A typical week for me was working Tuesday to Sunday, then spend Monday cleaning every dirty plate, cup, and pan in the sink, which was every dish I owned. Her week was watching TV and shopping on Facebook Tuesday to Thursday, take away Friday because we're out of clean dishes, then spend Saturday and Sunday at her sister's. She developed this world owes me complex, took control of the finances. I wasn't allowed to spend any money, to the point that she would yell at me if I purchased fuel to get to work. The amount of money she wasted on useless crap still makes my blood boil. Fast forward 5 years. Things have not changed. I work, clean on my day off, and I'm still explaining why I need to spend money on work-related expenses and fuel. One day, while working, I got a text from her sister, "Emergency, please call me ASAP." I tell the head chef I got to make a call and head to the storeroom. It was a call I'll never forget. "Hi, it's me, Karen's sister. I'm not sure if I should tell you this. Karen's been cheating on you. To summarize, 7 different men over 3 years. To make it worse, she was buying them crap with money I earned, redrawing on our mortgage. She even spent $800 fixing one of their cars. I was livid. I confronted her, most of which she eventually admitted to once finding her family told me. I said I wanted to break up. I changed my banking password, offered her the house, to which she declined, stating she doesn't want the worthless dump. We agreed to 50-50 custody. I spent the next 6 months working, decluttering from years of Karen's impulse spending, and staying strong for my now 5-year-old daughter. My work was understanding and agreed to reduce my hours and gave me a pay raise to make sure I'm not too much out of pocket. Karen went on a date and got engaged to one of the guys she cheated with. Number 3, I think? Introducing Bob. Bob was twice her age, working 8 hours a week, trying to find ways to work less. She was still in between jobs. Needing money, Karen calls me stating she wants her half of the house. My country allows 2 years for assets to be divided before they become the sole possession of either party, so she's well in her rights to ask. The conversation went like this. Karen: "So I decided I want my half of the house." Me: Okay, I thought you said you wanted none of it." Karen: "Well, I changed my mind. Now the house is worth $120,000. By law, I'm entitled to half, which is $60,000. But I'll do you a favor and settle for $20,000. I explained that she is indeed entitled to half the property. She needs to look at the capital, amount owed versus value of property. The house had an estimated value of $120,000, local government evaluation. We still owed $115,000. Should be less, but she kept withdrawing money from the mortgage and property values dropped that year. I said that by this math, she's entitled to half of $5,000, but I'm willing to give you $5,000, remove your name from the mortgage, and pay for the covenants to remove your name from the deed. This would cost me $10,000 in total. She would walk away with $5,000 more than she would get if we sell right now. She said, "I'm worth more than $5,000. My offer is now $30,000 by next week or we sell." I calmly said, "Okay," and hung up, letting her think she'd won. She also texted me with the same demand. I booked in to see a lawyer and had a letter drafted. I also met with 2 real estate agents. 1 week later, Karen came around, let herself in. I gave her an envelope. Assuming it was a check, she snatched it from my hands, tore it open, to find a letter from my lawyer to the effect of, Karen, as directed by yourself on date, text screenshot enclosed, my client, my name, will vacate property on date, mortgage payment made up to this point has been made by client. As you had no use for property, we will not seek compensation for payment made. My client spent $7,000 on repairs, receipts included. As co-owner, we're seeking compensation of $3,500 from you. My client has paid $1,500 in rates and utilities, receipts included. We're seeking compensation of $750. Additionally, between date of moving out and date of sale, you're responsible for half of mortgage payments, rates, utilities, and repairs required for sale. She realized the predicament she was in. Oh, I'll just take the $5,000. Me. Nah, you told me if I don't give you $30,000 by today, we sell. Karen. Oh, I was just kidding. Me. No, you weren't. Karen. $4,000. Me. No. Karen. $3,000 and I give you something on the side. Wink, wink. Me backing away. No, we're selling. Her yelling again. I can't afford this. You know I'm between jobs and Bob isn't working much. We need this money for our wedding. Me. Not my problem. I also suggested she speaks to real estate agents. I was told to sell for a profit. We needed to spend $2,000 or our chances were selling for a loss. Both estimated house would sell for $110,000. Her real estate agent had the same evaluation. Her written promise to pay me back. I did the work, spent the $2,000, got the house reevaluated, and was told we should make a profit. At her request, we used her lawyer to handle the sale. House took 9 weeks to sell, 15 weeks including settlement. She owed me $8,000. After sales cost, fees paying back, there was a $19,000 profit. In typical Karen fashion, she assumed her lawyer would give her the whole lot as it's her lawyer. I told the lawyer that she owes me $8,000. The money can remain in trust until she agrees to pay me back. As per settlement laws, both parties must agree how the funds are going to be divided before the lawyer can divide it. She wasn't happy with this and threatened to sue her lawyer. 3 months go by, money is still with her lawyer. I get a call from Karen. Karen, hey listen, I know things have been awkward. I really need half of the money. Can we please split it and I'll pay you back $20 a week? Me, no, you get the money after you pay me back. You can pay me out of your settlement. Long pause, whispers between Karen and presumably Bob. If we agree to $7,000 out of settlement, would you consider the debt paid? Me, that means you get $2,500. Karen, I know, but I'm really in need of this money right now. Me, put it in writing and you got a deal. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.